Hello and welcome back. We're going to go through our Azure order here. It's our first Azure grocery order since the pantry challenge. So really our first one of 2023. It didn't end up being as big as I thought it would be. Just I guess we're pretty well stocked here. I will say I picked this up a couple of days ago, so you can see I already dug into a couple of the items here. But in addition to that, when I got home, I noticed that my invoice said that I had 6 cases. I did not, and spoiler alert, my favorite item, the cheese, appears to be missing. So we'll go line by line through the invoice, see what we're missing here, and I'll reach out to Azure. I had already reached out to my job coordinator and there was no missing box to be found, so that's okay. I can stand to be without cheese for a month. I think we'll live. So let's get into it. So I have never purchased orzo before, I don't think, or kept it on hand. So this is actually what we had for dinner last night. I kind of made a Mediterranean dish with just some tomatoes, some olives, some peppers. It was a good way to get in a lot of veggies. But I follow someone that makes pasta salad out of orzo and it looks delicious. So we'll get this stored and put away, but I'm excited to have some orzo on hand. Let me mark that off. All right, orzo. I got 2.5 pounds of that. So next up, this is the only other item that I got into, but this is organic butternut squash. I've really been loving getting the frozen foods from Azure. I've gotten some frozen fruits and vegetables. So we had these for dinner the other night with a pork chop. We had these instead of a potato. We just mashed them up. They were absolutely delicious. Last year was my first garden, so while we're still eating from the garden, getting frozen food from Azure really helps us understand, is this something we would want to keep on hand? Would we use it? And I definitely think the butternut squash is a yes. I got a squash bug last year that really took out most of my squash, which was unfortunate. So this was 5 pounds of that. Our next frozen item is we got 5 pounds of frozen blackberries. We went with the non-GMO. There was an organic option, but it was so much more expensive. So we just looked into kind of the value there, where it was sourced from, and I think these are going to be really good. We've been loving having frozen fruits for anything. We've made ice cubes to have flavored water. We eat them in oatmeal. So let me cross that one off the list. All right, and then some frozen mixed vegetables. We got 5 pounds of that. Now, this is really good in soups. I want to can some soups to have some shelf-stable meals, especially as we're heading into garden season, just having more convenient items. In the middle of the winter, I don't have too much else to do other than cook, but this will be good to help us make some of those quick meals. All right, now let's dig into these boxes. Okay, some yellow corn masa. I want to make tortillas, so I thought this would come in handy and that will be a fun project. Tortillas are fun to have. Tortillas are also something that freezes really well. So I like to have things that I can kind of make in batches and then pull from in the freezer or that are shelf stable. So we'll probably do a project with that coming up here pretty soon. Our flyer for next month, this is always the best thing. Oh, look, flowers. It's getting to be that time of year. All right, we got some ginger root. And then I got some red onions and some yellow onions. Whoa. A whole bunch of yellow onions. So my last pantry organization video, you saw that we had some wooden boxes downstairs. That's where we store these, so we will get these into storage. I love red onions. I love them to cook with, but also to ferment and have pickled red onions. So delicious. We're running out of the ones we have now, so we'll have to get back to that. Avocados, these were in the bargain bin. We love avocados. I've just never ordered them before from Azure. Let's see what they feel like. Oh, they're getting to be pretty ripe. That's good. They're not like mushy, but they're also not inedible. I love the jokes on the internet, like the memes that are like just talking about how delicate the ripeness of an avocado is. So that will be a nice treat this week. Honestly, what is a better breakfast than an egg and an avocado? I don't know. Okay, chili powder. So in almost all of our orders, as we're running out of things that we have like bought from the store, we replenish them with spices from Azure. We'll put some of them out in a jar to use in the pantry and then vacuum seal the rest of it. This is just something we've been doing. We've been ordering from Azure for about a year. It's a really cost-effective way just to kind of sprinkle it through rather than like replace all your spices all at once. So this chili powder will be nice to have. That's definitely a spice that we use a lot of. And interestingly enough, I made English muffins last week. They were so delicious. And I talked about making cinnamon raisin English muffins. We had a friend suggest to make chili powder English muffins, and he said they're awesome on breakfast sandwiches. So we will be giving that a try. What a coincidence that we already had this ordered. All right. And lastly, just 5 pounds of potatoes. Well, lastly from that box, I should say. Okay, this is a duplicate. The last time we ordered groceries, I got this 4-color peppercorn mix, and we ground some of it up. It was delicious, so we ordered a bigger pack of it now that we know that we like it. We go through a lot of pepper. Okay, up next is organic light coconut milk in a can. Now, I have that powdered coconut milk, and I wanted to compare the cost of a traditional can of coconut milk as well as the flavor, because with the powder, there's just like a little bit more, requires a little bit more effort to reconstitute it, not much, but it's a little, it can be chunky. So to get it to a nice consistency, but on the other hand, this probably takes up more pantry shelf space. So we're going to compare the two from a cost perspective and then make a decision kind of what route we want to go moving forward. Okay, rice vinegar. In a few of my videos, I've been using more rice vinegar to make like salad dressings. It's just been super delicious. So we got a big jug of it. We'll just keep a little bit upstairs and the rest downstairs in the pantry. I'm so happy I finally did my pantry organization video, because I always talk about downstairs, downstairs, downstairs. And now, you know what that means. All right, and then this is the last thing in there. We just got crushed chili peppers. Okay. So oddly enough, it looks like the only 2 things we are missing are the cheese. We were getting mozzarella cheese, which you've seen me order before, but instead of getting the regular cheddar cheese, we were going to try a pepper jack cheese. So I'll let Azure know that we were missing those. They have the best customer service. It's awesome. So I'm sure we will just put that in our next order. So now comes the unfun part, putting this all away, which it's not too much this time, but obviously I've been putting it off for a couple of days until I could share with all of you what our Azure standard order was. So thanks for unpacking this with me. If you're new to the channel or new to Azure Standard, Azure Standard is a company where you can purchase organic, non-GMO, thoughtfully sourced ingredients in bulk. Check out and see if there's one in your area. In my area, they make a stop once a month. It's at a park and ride, but I'll put a link with all the information in the description. There's also a link for you to get signed up as well. So let me know if you have any questions and what Azure items you think I should try next. Thanks all for grocery shopping with me, and I'll see you back next time.